life presents us with moments where silence is not just golden but essential. Silence, when used wisely, can be a powerful tool that brings clarity, peace, and strength to our lives. Yet, in our modern society, where noise seems to reign supreme, silence often feels like a forgotten art. But silence, when chosen intentionally, can be a sign of wisdom, maturity, and inner strength. In this journey, we will explore the profound value of silence, particularly in 5 distinct situations. These moments are not just scenarios in life, but are key instances where the choice to remain silent can shape our character, influence our relationships, and ultimately define our destiny. Let us delve into these moments and uncover the transformative power that lies within the intentional embrace of silence. Silence in the face of anger. When faced with anger, our natural response often leads us to react, to speak out, or to defend ourselves. Yet silence in the face of anger can be a profound act of strength. It requires a deep understanding of oneself, an ability to control emotions, and a recognition that not every battle needs to be fought with words. Anger is a powerful emotion, often ignited by hurt, frustration, or a sense of injustice. When someone is angry, their words may not be a true reflection of their heart, but rather an outpouring of their pain. To respond in kind, to meet anger with anger, is to allow that pain to multiply. Instead, silence can serve as a buffer, absorbing the intensity of the moment and diffusing the situation before it escalates. Silence in the face of anger is not a sign of weakness, it is a demonstration of emotional intelligence. It is the recognition that words spoken in anger are often regretted, that they can cause harm that lingers long after the moment has passed. By choosing silence, we give ourselves the space to process our emotions, to reflect on the situation, and to respond, if necessary, with clarity and compassion, rather than with heated words that may worsen the conflict. Moreover, silence can be a mirror to the other person's anger. When faced with silence, they may begin to hear their own words more clearly, to see their own actions in a new light. In this way, our silence can become a catalyst for the other person's self-reflection and ultimately for resolution and understanding. However, this silence must be intentional and purposeful. It is not about shutting down or retreating, but about consciously choosing not to add fuel to the fire. It is about holding space for peace, about being present in the moment without being consumed by it. This kind of silence requires strength, patience, and a deep sense of self-control. In many ways, silence in the face of anger is an act of leadership. It sets the tone for the interaction, signaling that we will not be dragged into a downward spiral of negativity. It allows us to rise above the immediate situation and to focus on the bigger picture, on the relationship, and on the outcomes we truly desire. This silence also has a powerful impact on our own well-being. Anger, when met with more anger, can create a vicious cycle that is draining and damaging to our mental and emotional health. But when we choose silence, we protect our inner peace. We maintain control over our own emotions and reactions, and we preserve our energy for more constructive pursuits. In relationships, whether personal or professional, this kind of silence can be transformative. It builds trust because it shows that we are not reactive, but thoughtful and considerate. It fosters respect because it demonstrates that we are capable of restraint and maturity. And it deepens our connections because it creates a space where understanding can grow, where conflicts can be resolved without unnecessary hurt, and where true communication can take place. Therefore, silence in the face of anger is not just a strategy, it is a philosophy. It is about choosing peace over conflict, about valuing the relationship over the need to be right, and about understanding that sometimes the most powerful thing we can say is nothing at all. In this silence, we find not only the strength to withstand the storm, but also the wisdom to navigate it towards calm and resolution. Silence, when words can harm, there are moments in life when our words, no matter how well-intentioned, have the potential to harm. It might be in a situation where we are asked to pass judgment, where we are tempted to gossip, or where our words could add to someone's pain. In these instances, silence can be a powerful protector, not just for others, but for ourselves as well. The tongue is a small part of the body, yet it holds immense power. With it, we can build up or tear down, bless or curse, heal or wound. The choice of words can have long-lasting consequences, shaping the way others see themselves, their lives, and their potential. Therefore, knowing when to be silent is crucial. In situations where our words could cause harm, silence is an act of kindness. It is a choice to refrain from saying something that could hurt, humiliate, or discourage someone else. This is particularly important in moments of conflict where the urge to strike back with words can be strong. Yet, in these moments, silence is not about surrender or passivity. It is about choosing to rise above the pettiness of the situation and to act from a place of love and compassion. There are also times when silence is necessary because the truth, though accurate, can be painful or unnecessary to share. Not every truth needs to be spoken aloud, especially if it serves no purpose other than to wound. Silence in this context becomes a shield, protecting others from harm that cannot be undone. Moreover, silence in the face of gossip is a form of integrity. Gossip is often disguised as harmless conversation, but it can have devastating effects. It can ruin reputations, destroy relationships, and create divisions. By choosing silence, we refuse to participate in the spread of negativity and falsehoods. We become gatekeepers of truth and respect, ensuring that our words contribute to the upliftment of others rather than their downfall. Silence can also be a form of wisdom in situations where we do not have all the facts. It is easy to speak out of turn, to make assumptions, or to offer opinions on matters we do not fully understand. Yet, in these moments, silence is a recognition of our limitations. It is an acknowledgement that we do not know everything, and that sometimes the best thing we can do is to listen, observe, and wait for a clearer picture to emerge. This kind of silence requires humility. It means setting aside our ego, our need to be heard or to be right, in favor of something greater, the well-being of others and the pursuit of truth. It is a silence that is rooted in love, in respect for others, and in the desire to do no harm. Furthermore, silence when words can harm is a practice of self-discipline. It takes strength to hold back when we are provoked, to remain quiet when we are wronged, and to stay silent when we are tempted to lash out. But this silence is not about suppressing our feelings. It is about channeling them in a way that is constructive rather than destructive. In relationships, this silence can be the key to harmony and understanding. It prevents unnecessary conflicts, fosters an environment of trust, and allows for deeper connections. It shows that we value the relationship more than our need to be right, and that we are willing to sacrifice the momentary satisfaction of speaking out for the long-term health of the relationship. Ultimately, silence when words can harm is a reflection of our character. It shows that we are mindful of the impact of our words, that we are considerate of others' feelings, and that we are committed to being a force for good in the world. It is a silence that speaks volumes about who we are and what we stand for. It is a choice to be kind, to be wise, and to be wise, and to be strong. Silence in moments of reflection. In the fast-paced world we live in, moments of reflection are often few and far between. Yet, these moments are crucial for our growth, our understanding, and our ability to navigate life's complexities. Silence in moments of reflection is not just about the absence of sound. It is about creating a space where we can connect with our inner selves, where we can listen to the voice of our conscience, and where we can gain clarity about our purpose and direction. Reflection is the process of looking inward, of examining our thoughts, our actions, and our experiences. It is a time to assess where we are, where we have been, and where we are going. But this process requires silence from the distractions of the world, from the noise of our daily lives, and from the constant bombardment of information that surrounds us. In these moments of silence, we find the space to think deeply, to process our emotions, and to gain insights that we might otherwise miss. It is in silence that we can hear the whispers of our soul, the gentle nudges that guide us toward our true path. It is in silence that we can connect with our inner wisdom, that part of us that knows the answers even when our conscious mind does not. Silence in moments of reflection also allows us to reconnect with our values and our principles. In the busyness of life, it is easy to lose sight of what truly matters. We can become so caught up in the demands of work, the expectations of others, and the pressures of society that we forget who we are and what we stand for. But in the silence of reflection, we can realign ourselves with our core beliefs, with the things that give our lives meaning and purpose. This kind of silence is essential for personal growth. It is in these quiet moments that we can identify our strengths and weaknesses, that we can acknowledge our successes and learn from our failures. It is in silence that we can set goals, make plans, and envision the future we desire. Without this time of reflection, we risk drifting through life without direction, reacting to circumstances rather than creating the life we want. Moreover, silence and reflection is a time to connect with something greater than ourselves. Whether we call it God, the universe, or simply the greater good, there is a power that is larger than us, a force that is at work in the world. In the silence, we can tap into this power, seeking guidance, comfort, and inspiration. It is a time to pray, to meditate, or simply to be still and know that we are part of something much bigger than ourselves. This silence also provides an opportunity to practice gratitude. In the quiet, we can take stock of the blessings in our lives, of the things we often take for granted. We can express our thanks not just in words, but in the quiet appreciation that fills our hearts. Gratitude has a way of transforming our perspective, of shifting our focus from what we lack to what we have, from what is wrong to what is right. In relationships, silence and reflection can be a powerful tool for understanding and empathy. By taking the time to reflect on our interactions with others, we can gain insights into their perspectives, their needs, and their emotions. We can identify areas where we may have fallen short and make amends, or where we have done well and build on our successes. This kind of reflection leads to deeper, more meaningful connections because it is rooted in understanding and love. Silence in moments of reflection is a form of self-care. It is a time to recharge, to replenish our energy, and to care for our mental and emotional well-being. In the silence, we can let go of stress, release our worries, and find peace. We can remind ourselves that it is okay to take a step back, to slow down, and to simply be. Silence in moments of reflection is not just a luxury, it is a necessity. It is a time to connect with ourselves, to align with our values, to grow, and to find peace. It is a time to listen to the voice within, to connect with the divine, and to practice gratitude. It is in these moments of silence that we find clarity, purpose, and strength. Silence when listening is key. Listening is one of the most important skills we can develop, yet it is often the most neglected. In a world where everyone is eager to speak, to share their thoughts, and to make their voices heard, the ability to listen, truly listen, is a rare and precious gift. Silence in this context is not just about keeping quiet, it is about creating the space for others to be heard, for their stories to be told, and for their voices to matter. When we are silent in the act of listening, we are giving our full attention to the other person. We are not just hearing their words, we are tuning into their emotions, their tone, and their unspoken messages. This kind of listening requires us to set aside our own thoughts, our judgments, and our need to respond. It is about being fully present, about showing the other person that they are valued, respected, and understood. Silence in listening is also a form of empathy. It is about stepping into the other person's shoes, seeing the world through their eyes, and feeling what they feel. It is about understanding not just their words, but the emotions behind them. This kind of empathy can only be achieved through silence, through the willingness to be still, to be patient, and to truly connect with the other person. In relationships, this kind of listening is crucial. It builds trust, deepens understanding, and strengthens connections. When we are silent and listen, we are showing the other person that we care, that we are interested in what they have to say, and that we value their perspective. This kind of listening can prevent misunderstandings, resolve conflicts, and create a sense of closeness and intimacy that is the foundation of strong relationships. Moreover, silence and listening is a form of respect. It is about honoring the other person's right to speak, to share their thoughts, and to express themselves. It is about recognizing that their voice matters, that their opinions are valid, and that they deserve to be heard. In this way, silence becomes a powerful tool for creating a culture of respect and dignity where everyone feels valued and understood. This silence is also important in leadership. A good leader knows that listening is as important as speaking, if not more so. By being silent and listening, a leader can gain valuable insights, understand the needs and concerns of their team, and make informed decisions. It is through listening that a leader can build trust, inspire loyalty, and create a sense of shared purpose. In addition, silence and listening is a way to learn. When we are silent and listen, we are opening ourselves up to new ideas, perspectives, and knowledge. We are allowing ourselves to be influenced, to grow, and to expand our understanding. This kind of listening requires humility, the recognition that we do not have all the answers, and that there is always something to learn from others. This silence is also a form of self-discipline. It is not always easy to be silent, especially when we have something to say or when we disagree with what is being said. But true listening requires us to hold back, to resist the urge to interrupt, or to impose our own views. It is about putting the other person first, about giving them the space to express themselves fully before we respond. Silence and listening is a way to build peace. Many conflicts arise because people do not feel heard because their voices are ignored or dismissed. But when we are silent and listen, we are showing the other person that we care, that we are willing to understand, and that we are open to finding common ground. This kind of listening can de-escalate tensions, resolve disputes, and create a sense of harmony and understanding. Silence when listening is key to building strong relationships, effective leadership, and a peaceful, respectful world. It is a form of empathy, respect, and self-discipline. It is a way to learn, to grow, and to connect with others on a deeper level. And most importantly, it is a way to show others that they matter, that their voices are heard, and that their stories are valued. Silence as a form of strength. In a world where strength is often equated with loudness, with assertiveness, and with the ability to dominate the conversation, silence can seem like a weakness. But true strength is not about how loud we can be, it is about knowing when to be silent. Silence, when chosen intentionally, can be a profound expression of strength, courage, and resilience. There is a common misconception that silence is a form of passivity, that it is the choice of those who are too timid to speak up or too weak to assert themselves. But this could not be further from the truth. Silence is often the choice of those who are confident in themselves, who do not need to prove their worth with words, and who understand that sometimes silence speaks louder than words. Silence as a form of strength is about self-control. It is the ability to remain calm and composed in the face of adversity, to hold back when others might lash out, and to choose peace over conflict. This kind of silence requires a deep sense of inner strength, the kind that comes from knowing who you are and what you stand for, and from being secure in your own identity. This silence is also about resilience. Life is full of challenges, and there are times when we may feel overwhelmed, when the noise of the world becomes too much, and when the weight of our burdens feels unbearable. In these moments, silence can be a refuge, a place where we can find strength and solace. It is in the silence that we can gather our thoughts, regain our composure, and find the strength to keep going. Moreover, silence as a form of strength is about wisdom. It is the recognition that not every situation requires a response, that sometimes the best thing we can do is to be still and listen. It is about knowing when to speak and when to remain silent, when to take action and when to wait. This kind of wisdom comes from experience, from reflection, and from a deep understanding of the complexities of life. Silence as a form of strength is also about patience. It is the ability to wait for the right moment, to hold back when necessary, and to trust that things will unfold as they should. This kind of patience is not passive, it is active, intentional, and purposeful. It is about being present in the moment, about accepting what is, and about trusting the process. In relationships, this kind of silence can be a powerful tool for building trust and understanding. It shows that we are willing to listen, that we are not quick to judge, and that we are committed to the relationship. It is a silence that is rooted in love and respect, and in the desire to build something meaningful and lasting. In leadership, silence as a form of strength is about creating space for others to shine. It is about stepping back, about giving others the opportunity to speak, to lead, and to contribute. It is about recognizing that true leadership is not about being the loudest voice in the room, but about empowering others to find their own voices. This kind of silence is also about integrity. It is about staying true to our values, even when it is difficult, even when others are pushing us to compromise. It is about standing firm in our beliefs, about being true to ourselves, and about choosing silence over betrayal. This kind of integrity is the foundation of true strength because it is rooted in self-respect, in honor, and in a deep commitment to what is right. Silence as a form of strength is about peace. It is about finding peace within ourselves, about creating peace in our relationships, and about contributing to peace in the world. It is about letting go of the need to be right, of the need to win, and of the need to prove ourselves. It is about embracing the quiet strength that comes from knowing that we are enough, just as we are. Silence as a form of strength is a powerful and transformative force. It is about self-control, resilience, wisdom, patience, and integrity. It is about building trust, fostering understanding, and creating peace. It is a silence that speaks of confidence, of courage, and of a deep, unshakable strength. And it is a silence that, when embraced, can lead us to a place of true power, purpose, and peace. As we reflect on these 5 key situations where silence speaks louder than words, let us remember that silence is not merely the absence of sound. It is a powerful tool that, when used wisely, can lead to profound understanding, deep connections, and inner strength. Embrace the silence in moments of anger, before making decisions, when reflecting, when listening, and as a form of strength. In doing so, we open ourselves to greater clarity, peace, and a deeper connection to our true selves and the world around us. May we find the courage to be silent when it matters most, and may that silence guide us toward a life of purpose, wisdom, and fulfillment.